What brushes to use for Maxine's Revenge French Face Skin Tone Highlighter and Bronzer Shades? I'm going to show you what I use. Welcome to Maxine's Revenge. I'm Leah. I'm glad you're here. I'm trying this Vacation SPF 50 face mist. I love misters for the face. I go back and forth on primer. Today I'm going to use the Route the Girlfriend, which has a little bit of a luminous glow to it. I don't actually know what's in it. I'm sure it's good for you because it's from a skincare line formulated by a nurse practitioner and a beauty executive who's a friend of mine, Courtney. I can use either light medium sand or light medium beige. I'm going to use light medium sand in French Face, just where I'm mostly red, discolored. A few dots will do. For all over face, I'm going to use a fluffy brush like this to airbrush that around my face. I'll use a smaller one for around the eyes, but watch how this guy with such a fluid formula just airbrushes it into the skin. If you don't want a brush, you can use a sponge. After you do your initial layer, you might want a little bit more coverage. A fluffy brush like this works very well with very liquid formula like French Face. It gives more of an airbrushed finish. You can also do what Katie Jane Hughes does. She puts product in the palm of her hands, clean hands of course, loads up the brush with the product. Now it's off the hand and it's all into the brush. When it comes to the under eye, I tend to stay away from the lash line. So I'll go on this lower orbital bone with what I'm calling the skin tone concealer. In this case, I'm using light medium sand. This is my favorite brush. This is not for sale. This was given by a brush manufacturer to me when I was in the product development team at Too Faced. If I ever make a brush, I will make this brush. Very soft and very flexible along the skin, so even though it doesn't look like I'm wiping much of the pigment along this lower orbital bone, I actually am. And now for bronzing, which usually I do before the highlight, but today I just screwed up, and that's fine. Right on the bone, right on the bone. So Erica Taylor says you can put your finger right under the bone. Don't go there. Why? Because we tend to drag our face down when we put it in the hollows. I will do an Erica Taylor tutorial for you. And of course, I'll credit her. I swear one day I will do product for contouring the nose. We shortened the face down here and the forehead, brought in the hairline a little bit here. Now we're going to blend. What brush? For around the small detail areas, we're going to use a smaller brush. For along the hairline, I use this somewhat tapered one. Just think there's more of an airbrushed finish with a looser brush. Jenny Patinkin has a couple of great brushes. You can get Lorella Cosmetics brushes for a really good price. And also Krista Lee is coming out with brushes, or Wayne Goss if you're bougie. You can always pop in with a sponge if you feel more confident with a sponge. A sponge is going to absorb any excess and create a very thin layer. For the finer area, I'm going in with brushes that from the side look thin and they're flat. A smaller brush because I don't want a huge dispersion of the product. I really do just want to soften it into these thin lines. I will even use my bronzer shade to contour or bronzer the eyes. Why do I say bronzer? Because a true contour is going to be more gray. A bronzer for me is using more of a bronze color where you would contour. It's not a true contour. It's more of a warming and shaping of the face. It's a little bit easier than a true contour. Well, it's not easier. It's just more people are going to use a bronzer like this than a contour. Katie Jane Hughes highlighter, and I'm putting a little bit of her High Shine Serum, actually even excess on my lips. This Hyper Shine Serum is probably necessary, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like I always need it. I feel like I can get a really great finish just with the brush and the gold. But yeah, this makes it easier to grab. I can see that. I probably won't wear any blush. Sometimes I like a very simple monochromatic vibe. Well, not sometimes, always. But you know, once you get started, it's hard to stop. So I can end up looking drag pretty fast. Nothing wrong with drag, I love it. I can go a little crazy with this product. The Jenny Patinkin brush cleaner is a next level. It is just so convenient. A couple sprays, get that right on the brush head. It disinfects as well. Jenny Patinkin spray away. This is worth getting. And this is the final look. It's just the skin tone, highlighter, and bronzer shades with the Katie Jane hues in light gold, brows, and some mascara. I didn't even put any lip because I like this on there with her high shine gloss. It's like a gloss. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to support Maxine's Revenge. I would love to have you in the community. Also, I invite you to the Facebook Maxine's Revenge Insiders group if you want a little bit more intimate behind the scenes chat.